Hello, everybody, and welcome. I wanted to come on here to talk about the Regulate and Rewire 30-Day Holiday Challenge. So I created a 30-day challenge for the holidays to really help you feel less impulsive around food, to help you actually rewire your food habits so that you leave each social event feeling satisfied, comfortably full, not stuffed, and how to actually have unshakable badass confidence with every single social event that you attend. Now, when I was thinking about putting this holiday challenge together, I really thought about what would be most supportive for you. And so I know that the holidays can be quite challenging in terms of when you're healing your relationship with food and then navigating food that comes around only one time per year. And then, navigating the sweets, navigating all the food that maybe you don't normally have on a regular basis at home. Then there's the habits and routines. Maybe you're very consistent with getting in your workouts and your morning routine, but then come the holidays and your schedule is different and you're trying to figure out how to stay consistent with the habits and routines that make you feel your best. And then there's also, navigating family and comments and seeing people that you haven't seen in a long time. There's body image struggles. There's also stress and overwhelm. And I didn't want to just create a 30-day challenge to help you with the food side of things this holiday. I named this 30-day challenge the Regulate and Rewire Food Challenge because, yes, I'm going to help you rewire your food habits so that you can, again, be able to navigate all the food during the holiday with complete ease, actually eat like a normal person and not, be stressed about the food or anxious or be thinking about it the whole time, but actually be present with your loved ones. But I also wanted to add in this regulation of your nervous system piece because this is really, really, really important. So a lot of the times during the holidays, you might actually have time off. And a lot of people have a very unhealthy relationship with rest. A lot of people don't know actually how to just be with themselves. And so you might actually have time off during this holiday. Maybe you might be planning on taking some days off. But because you have an unhealthy relationship with rest and you don't really know how to just be with yourself, you think to yourself, well, since I took time off, I have to be productive. Okay, I should probably do this, and 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 I probably should do this. Because I technically have the time. I took the day off. I took this whole week off. I can't just be sitting on the couch relaxing. If I'm taking days off, I have to take advantage of them. I have to be productive. And so you create this mile-long to-do list because you feel like you got to be productive. You have to get so many things done. You might as well take advantage of this time that you have off. But what ends up happening is you're exhausted. You are so unrealistic with how many things you put on your to-do list, and you don't get half the things on your to-do list done. And then you feel guilty, and then you feel bad, and then you start shaming yourself because you feel like you should have gotten so much more done because you have the time. There's a very big difference between time and capacity. So you might have the physical time, like you might actually have days off during the holiday, but you might not have the energetic capacity. And what I mean by this is just because you have a full day off, mentally you might be exhausted, physically you might be exhausted. So even if you have a full day off, you might not have the energy to get all the things on your to-do list done. But you feel bad. You shame yourself. And so you try to either push through, right? You try to push through and then you feel super overwhelmed, or you just mentally can't and you still feel bad for the fact that you got 3 things done on your to-do list versus the 25 things that you had on there. And when you feel bad about the fact that you didn't get everything done on your to-do list, a lot of the time this is where mindless snacking comes into play. Because you're overwhelmed and you're stressed and you feel bad. And these are all emotions. And if you don't know how to process your emotions, well, food's going to help you feel better. If you feel bad because you didn't feel as productive as you thought you were, you're going to use food to comfort yourself because you feel bad and you want to try to get rid of those uncomfortable, quote unquote, bad emotions. So then you eat. And so this holiday challenge is not just about the food. Like, yes, you're going to know how to not overeat at every single social event. You're going to know how to have a few treats and, just walk away without feeling the urge and the pull back for more. But it's more than that. This is where you have a healthier relationship with rest. This is where you find a healthy balance between holding yourself to a high standard and getting in all of your habits and routines that make you feel your best. Because as a badass, you love taking care of yourself. You love working out. You love routines. You like going to bed at a certain time, waking up at a certain time. So you're still going to be able to stay consistent with all the habits and routines that makes you feel really good. But it's also having this healthy balance between letting yourself rest without guilt. The holidays are a time to also relax and maybe not be as productive as you normally are. And I know you're a go-getter. You love doing 25 million things at once. But the holidays are also a time for you to just be and to relax and for your days to not look the same. And people have such a very hard time with that. You're used to structure, routine, getting up at a certain time, going to bed at a certain time, doing your workout at a certain time. But during the holidays, your schedule, your routines are going to look different. Maybe you're not getting up at the same time. Maybe you're staying up later. You have way more social events. And so your days are going to look different. And you need to learn how to find that balance between letting yourself relax without feeling bad about it, and also still being consistent with movement and getting in quality sleep, because all of those things are actually going to support you in having a calm, relaxed nervous system, and therefore not using food to self-soothe. Once you know how to find the balance between this, it's like balancing tough love with self-compassion and grace. You're going to be so set. A lot of the times people are one extreme or the other. It's like, no, I got to get my workout done at this time. No, I still got to go to bed at this time. Oh, I'm so mad at myself. I didn't do my morning routine. And you're like beating yourself up, trying to be so perfect. Or you are on the other side of the spectrum and you're like, it's the holidays, who cares? And then you overeat at every single social event. You feel lethargic and bloated, and then there's no point in doing my workout because I'm probably going to eat so much tonight. And then your habits and routines go to shit. And then you feel crappy during the holidays, and then you try to get back on track afterwards. And that's also exhausting too. So I want to help you have this healthy balance during the holidays, where you have high standards for yourself. There are certain habits and routines that you're consistent with, even if they look different than when you're in your normal routine. But also, you let yourself rest. You let yourself be. You don't need to get the 25 things done on your to-do list because that's going to cause a lot of overwhelm and stress. You want to be present during the holidays with your loved ones. And it's really hard to be present when you're making sure everything is perfect and I gotta get this done. Oh, I gotta bake this and I gotta do this and I gotta do this, and then you're stressed. You're not even present with the things that you're doing. You have to bake because you're going to a party tomorrow, but you're not even enjoying the baking process. You're anxious the whole time. Not only is it still kind of triggering for you to bake, but at the same time, you're not even enjoying it because you're like, okay, I gotta hurry up and I gotta bake these cookies, and then I gotta go run to do this errand, then I gotta go do this for this person, and then the holidays fly by, and the holidays are such a special time of year. Letting go helps so much. Absolutely. Letting go of control, surrendering, and just like actually being. People don't know how to just be. You're a very good doer. I'm going to do this, no problem. If I gave you a to-do list with 30 things, I swear you'd crush it. And if I told you, go on the couch, relax, take it easy. It's like, but how do I do that? Okay, but like, when can I get back to my to-do list? Okay, it's been 5 minutes. Now what? Can I go back to my to-do list? Okay, it's been 6 minutes. Can I go back to my to-do list? Okay, it's been 7 minutes. Can I go back to my to-do list? And you have to take a minute to just be. And I know it's hard. Like, I used to feel very guilty during the holidays because what do you mean? Just sit down and watch a Christmas movie and just relax? Okay, but I'm off work, so I should do this and I should do this and I should do this and I should do this. No. You can, but you also need to balance that with the rest. If you want to be able to process your emotions, you need the capacity. And if you're running on low capacity because you're doing this and you're doing that and you're doing that, how can you expect yourself to even process your emotions? This is where emotional eating happens because you're not actually taking time to just rest. You're not taking time to fill up your own cup. So you're stressed, you're overwhelmed, you're literally drained. And then you expect yourself to process certain emotions. So then when you go to that social event and maybe there's a comment that was said to you or a comment that was triggering, you're reactive. You come home and you self-soothe with food to make yourself feel better because that was a triggering comment, but you would have been able to process that and not use food for comfort if you actually had the bandwidth, if you actually had the energetic capacity to process and to feel through that triggering comment. One person who knows how to rest, they have a healthy relationship with rest. They let themselves be. They fill up their own cup. They're okay with their schedule looking differently. They're not expecting things to go perfectly. They maybe have a slower morning and they're not freaking out about it. Like, I didn't get 25 things done before 6 a.m. They are going to be able to, if a triggering comment is said to them, or, they have so many social events back to back, they're going to be able to handle that so much better than somebody who's running around doing so many things at once. They don't ever take time to just sit down and relax. They don't know how to just be. Of course, that person is not going to handle it well. They're going to be way more stressed, way more overwhelmed. They're going to be mindlessly snacking. They're going to be at the social event, not even hungry, but the food's in front of them and they can't stop snacking at the food that's in front of them because they haven't processed their emotions. It's like, I need to get rid of these uncomfortable emotions. Okay, let me just eat. There's going to even be social events that maybe you have to say no to. Andrew asked me to go to one certain social event. It's not a family thing. He has some acquaintances, I guess you can say. And I said no to that social event because I can't do it all. And you can't do it all either. And you have to be okay with maybe saying no to certain events if you don't have the energetic capacity or you just don't actually feel like going, and that's okay too. You don't need to explain yourself. It's okay if you leave the social event early. It's okay if you can't make this person's. You need to also have boundaries for yourself. You got to learn how to say no. You got to learn how to actually take care of yourself, your mental health. And this is where I'm going to also talk about, boundaries, protecting your inner peace. This is so important. All of this is related. This Regulate and Rewire 30-Day Holiday Challenge is not just about the food. Yes, it's about the food. I'm going to help you rewire your food habits so that, again, this could actually be a holiday where you're present and you're actually there with the people that you love the most and you're not thinking about food 24/7. I'm going to help you with the food side of things. But there's also this other aspect as well too of setting boundaries, learning how to just rest without feeling guilty, learning how to just be with yourself, regulating your nervous system, processing your emotions, because there's so many things that are involved in the holidays. Emotions, friends, family, food, baking, going here, traveling there, schedule is off. There's so many things. I'm going to help you navigate it all. So this is a 30-day challenge, and every single week I'm going to be doing a live training inside of the program for those of you guys who join this challenge. Training 1 is all about regulating your nervous system. So again, this is where you let go of the perfectionist mindset. This is where you actually feel calm, grounded. You can process your emotions no matter what comes your way. The stress of the holidays, the overwhelm, you can actually process your emotions, which is going to help you avoid mindlessly snacking. Training 2 is all about rewiring your food habits. So this is how to navigate the sweets table, how to actually enjoy all the delicious food and not get into the all or nothing mentality. Oh, well, it's the holidays, so I'm just going to overeat. You're going to be so connected to your hunger and fullness cues and not have to deprive yourself. You're going to enjoy everything that you want, but at the same time, you're going to be the badass that respects yourself to stop eating when you're full, no matter how good the food is. And right now, you might not be restricting yourself anymore. Maybe you don't feel bad about going to social events and eating all the delicious food, but you're like overeating still. And that's frustrating. You're like, oh, like I don't feel bad for having dessert anymore, but I also don't need 5 desserts. Okay, I don't feel bad for eating the food that's at the social events, but at the same time, like I also didn't need to get seconds or I didn't need to get thirds. And so I'm going to help you be able to be the badass that respects yourself, where you can have the sweets, but you stop after a decent amount like a normal person. You enjoy the delicious food, but once you're full, you don't feel the urge to go back for more. You don't have the mindset of, okay, but this only comes around 1 time per year. Or, yeah, but the food is just so good. It doesn't matter. It's like you really respect your body and you have actually no desire to eat past fullness. You're not even thinking about the food. You're so present with your loved ones. That food's not even on your mind during every single social event. Training 3 is all about filling up your badass cup and really mastering your habits and routines. So like I said, this is really about finding the balance between staying consistent with moving your body, prioritizing sleep, because all those things are going to help you navigate cravings, not act on your urges, right? Like you're going to feel like incredible in your own skin. You're going to be so consistent with all of your habits and routines, while all the same time being okay if your habits and routines look different. If you only have 20 minutes for a workout versus 60 minutes, you're going to be okay with that. If maybe today you're like, I actually don't feel like doing a workout, and you actually just go for a walk, and you're going to be okay with that. Training 4 is all about showing up to every single social event, radiating with badass confidence. It's really easy when you're going to social events to feel insecure. Insecure about the way your body looks, insecure about going up for seconds and what is this person going to say? This person's probably going to make a comment about my body. I don't even like the way that my body looks. Maybe you tried on so many different outfits before leaving the house. Maybe you care so much about what other people think. Inside of Training 4, I'm going to help you have so much confidence. Confidence to own how much you want unapologetically. If you want to go for seconds, you freaking own it. If you don't want dessert, you can confidently say no thank you without people pleasing and just saying yes to try to not make your aunt feel bad. You're going to not even worry about the way that you look because you're so present with your loved ones. Like you're not even thinking about the way you look. But at the same time, you have this like magnetism to you. You know, people can feel people's energy. And if you know someone in your family or your friend circle who has a lot of confidence, they have a lot of self-love, like you can just tell that they love themselves, they're so much more magnetic than someone who's insecure. People are drawn to people who love themselves. People are drawn to people who are confident in who they are, confident in their own skin. People are drawn to them. People love being around those people. And so I'm going to help you have so much badass confidence, unshakable badass confidence. You're not worried about what other people think about you. You're not thinking about your body 24/7. Oh my God, what is this person going to say? It's like you love who you are. You own who you are. You own your food choices. No, thank you. You don't want that food. Oh, yep, I'm going to get this. I'm going to have 2 of these. I'm going to have 3 of these. Like you just own your decisions unapologetically. And then Training 5 is the post-holiday blueprint. So a lot of the times people go through the holidays and then the transition is a shit show. It's like you're on this sugar high because you had so much food that you normally don't eat, and you're on this sugar high, and then you have leftovers, and you're like, I really want the leftovers because it's so good. But then you kind of feel like, okay, like the holidays are done, like don't, like throw out the leftovers, because if it's in the house, then I'm just going to eat it all, so let me just get rid of the leftovers. And you don't really know how to make that smooth transition. I'm going to help you eat normally again, still be able to honor your cravings after the holidays without spiraling out of control. I'm going to help you prevent that sugar high. Because a lot of the times it's like you have the holidays, and then for an entire week after, you're like, why am I craving all these sweets? What? I want to just get back to like feeling good and like craving nutritious foods. I'm a master at this. I know how to help you with that. So I'm going to help you make this transition effortless, so that it doesn't feel like, okay, now I need to wait until January until I start feeling good. Like, you get to feel so freaking good the entire way through. And there's actually a little secret. I'm going to help you have these momentum boosting activities that you actually do throughout the holidays that makes the transition so much smoother. So it doesn't feel like you're off track and now you need to get back on track. It's like, no, you just felt so good the whole time. You listened to your body. You respected your body. You didn't eat past fullness. So it makes it so much easier to just transition when the holidays are done. So 30 days, 30-day challenge, not just about food. Yes, we're going to talk about the food, but also how to have a better relationship with rest, so you can actually be present during the holidays and not feel guilty for just freaking taking some time for yourself. You're a human being. You're not meant to put so many things on your to-do list. Like, if you're taking time off during the holidays, like, you're meant to enjoy it. And you should be able to watch a movie without feeling guilty about that. You should be able to sleep in without beating yourself up of like, I should have got up at 5 a.m. and like done my workout. Like, believe me, I am someone who loves structure and routine. Like, I love getting up early, doing my habits, doing my routines, but also you need to have this healthy balance between like, you can sleep in one morning and you're not going to die. You can do a walk instead of a workout. You're not going to die. You can go with your family and spend the entire day just like having fun without needing to clean the house and do the laundry and do this and do that and do that. Like, you need to have a healthy relationship with rest. You need to have boundaries for yourself, how to navigate triggering comments from family and friends. All of this is going to be covered inside of the 30-day Regulate and Rewire challenge. So we're kicking off on Thursday. There's going to be weekly trainings with me where I'm going to break this all down for you. This is everything. Like, you guys, it's 30 days, but honestly, you're going to live a lifetime in this program. And the best part is, like, the tools that I'm going to teach you are going to last you the rest of your life, not just the holidays. Processing your emotions, anytime life is stressful, you can use the tools that I'm going to teach you inside of this program at any time. So I'm so excited. Comments aren't just around the holidays. People like to comment about people's food choices all the freaking time, at birthday parties, weddings. And once you know how to master this, it doesn't matter. It's like, it doesn't matter who comments. You're going to be able to navigate it with ease and not comfort yourself with food because you don't know how to process that triggering comment. You love who you are, and someone can make a comment and you're like, okay, cool. I love who I am. I know who I am. And it literally does not trigger you. But if you don't actually do the self-love work, then somebody's going to say a comment to you and it's going to freaking knock you down. I had a client that I worked with, and she had an aunt that would always make a comment about her body. And she struggled with her body image for like 20 years. And every single time she would look at herself in the mirror, she would hear her aunt make that comment to herself. Or she heard her aunt say that comment to her. And that's all she saw when she looked at herself in the mirror. All she thought about was the comment that her aunt made. And every single time she would go see the aunt, it's like anxiety would build because like, I don't want her to comment again. And then she felt this pressure to look a certain way because she didn't want her aunt to comment. She didn't want someone else to comment. You have to work through this, or else it's always going to be triggering. I worked through that comment that was said to me in grade 8 that I got called fat, and I worked through that. So now anybody can make any comment that they want about my body, and I'm like, okay, well, I love who I am. I actually don't care what you think. And it's not like I don't care, it doesn't hurt. No, anybody who makes a comment about your body, it's going to sting. But you know that it's more about them versus about you. People project their insecurities onto you. And you understand this. And then you also know that when you deeply love yourself, somebody can comment and it's not as triggering because you're not thinking those thoughts. It becomes triggering when you're like, yeah, I know I did put on a little bit of weight, or yeah, I don't like my stomach. And then when somebody says the comment that you're thinking, it becomes triggering because you're thinking that same thought. So you got to change your thoughts first. So we're going to cover all this inside of the 30-day challenge. You guys are going to be mind blown about what I have planned inside of this challenge for you guys. So get excited. This is not just about food, but this is about regulating your nervous system, processing your emotions, navigating these comments. And man, oh man, when you actually do the self-love work, you have the boundaries in place, you heal your relationship with rest, this is how you're actually going to have an incredible, magical holiday. You're not even thinking about the food. You love who you are. You enjoy your time with friends and family, and it really is the most magical time of the year. So we're kicking off on Thursday, which is November the 20th. If you have not yet joined, you could message me for the link, or I just put it all over my social media. So depending on where you're listening to this, if it's in my bio, if it's in the show notes, you can find it. Or if not, you can just message me when we kick off on Thursday. I'm so excited. So I cannot wait to see you inside of the challenge. And this is going to be incredible. I'm so excited to support you. And I will see you guys inside. Sounds like an interesting challenge. Do you also work with people one-on-one? Yes, I do. I really have my academy. The academy is really personalized coaching. It isn't a small group. I also do one-on-one coaching, but I really recommend the academy if you're looking for more personalized coaching. This is very high-level support. You're going to get the challenge included. All my high-level clients get this included as well too. But you could, Kayla, you can just send me over a message and we can chat about this. If you're looking for more in-depth one-on-one coaching, we can definitely talk about that. I'd be happy to support you. All right, badasses, I'm excited. Love hearing the sweet quiet cry in the background. I love how you can hear that. I didn't even know you can hear that. That's amazing. Well, there's my baby. There's my baby. I'm still doing my lives. I'm still supporting my clients. People are like, are you taking time off? And I'm like, are you okay? I'm like, taking time off? No, this is my life's work. This is my life's mission. I don't think I'd ever take time off. And here's another thing. I have boundaries. I asked for help. I have Andrew's mom here and she's helping so I can actually work. All of this, asking for help, taking time for yourself. This is what I love to do. So I'm getting support so I can do what I love. All this is related, and all these things I'm going to teach you guys inside of the challenge. So get your booty inside. We're going to have the freaking time of our lives. It's going to be incredible. And this is going to go way beyond food. You're going to come here and I'm going to help you with your relationship with food. You're going to get so much more than that. You're going to get 20 plus years of wisdom that I've learned over the last years on boundaries and loving yourself, confidence, all the things that I've learned over the past X amount of years. You're going to learn that inside of this challenge. So I cannot wait. All right, you guys, I'm so excited. Can't wait to have you inside. Join us. And we will see you guys soon. Okay. Bye, guys.